Ghana City around the world is a withdrawnonline.com. Coming up, National Media Commission rejects Communication Minister Directive to GBC and Crystal TV each channel or digital platform, saying it amounts to government control and cannot be tolerated. Also, coming up, Finance Minister presents the media budget review to Parliament today with jobs and businesses key on the agenda.
These businesses back in operation. So the key thing really is how do you ensure that people have jobs?
Also coming up, a JUSU secondary technical student attempts suicide after he was locked up overnight by an assistant headmaster for stealing the school's electric stabilizer.
So I decided to keep them in my office. Unfortunately, there was this liquid soap there that they used to clean the office. I don't know what happened, and then one of the students took it.
Also coming up in business, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta prepares to review all estimates in the 2020 budget as he presents the mid-year review and supplementary budget to Parliament in some few hours from now. Do stay for details in 15 minutes.
Thanks for your company. The details now. The National Media Commission says the directive by Communications Minister Esla Owusu-Ekufo to state broadcaster GBC and Crystal TV to reduce their channels on the digital platform amounts to government control of the media. The minister had justified the move, explaining there wasn't enough space on the platform. But the NMC disagrees. My colleague Winston Amwa joins us with more. First, Winston, give us the background to the story.
All right, so Maxwell, after the minister's directive to the GBC and Crystal TV, both entities petitioned the NMC, which is the body constitutionally mandated to promote and ensure the freedom and independence of the media, to intervene. The NMC says it examined the petition from GBC, the letter from the Minister of Communications addressed to the Director General of GBC, a letter from the Minister of Information to the NMC, and also a letter from Crystal TV to the Minister of Communications to reach its conclusion.
Tell us more about this conclusion of the NMC.
Well, so the Commission says any action by any entity which culminates into limiting or depriving the media of the use of public resources legitimately allocated to them undermines their capacity to serve the nation as anticipated by the Constitution. And the Commission also states that the directive given to GBC and Crystal TV by the Minister for Communication purports to usurp the constitutional mandate and authority of the National Media Commission, and same cannot be obliged under the current constitutional dispensation.
Thank you very much, Winston. Let's head to Parliament now. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta will later this morning present a media review and a supplementary budget to Parliament with focus on protection of jobs and businesses. He's expected to announce new stimulus package for businesses hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic. The concern for many is whether government will stay within spending limits as the country prepares for the December 7th general elections. Here's Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Businesses are suffering. So your challenge is, sure, you have to pay your taxes, but how do you ensure that you give them some flexibility and leeway for that? But more significantly, beyond taxes is then finding a way to get these businesses back in operation. Because the key thing really is how do you ensure that people have jobs? So that is what I worry about when I go to how are we that we sustain businesses and we keep people at work.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Well, for the first time in the history of Parliament, only half of the 275 members will have access to the chamber. The public gallery will be closed with few media houses in attendance. The decision, announced by the Speaker, Professor Mark Okwe, aims at ensuring strict adherence to COVID-19 protocols.
There will be an empty seat between every two members seated. Honourable members who are unable to find seats, they monitor the presentation in their offices. Alternatively, such members could be seated at the public gallery where no others will be admitted to follow proceedings. The general public is by this informed that regarding tomorrow's sitting, the protocol that bars all visitors to Parliament and especially to parliamentary sittings remains in force.
Speaker Professor Mike Okwe there. Remember, for all the big interviews and analysis, listen to Joy 99.7 and watch on Joy News live stream on myjoyonline.com and all our social media platforms. But ahead of the 2020 budget review today, Joy News' Agape Kwenu puts the spotlight on some 2.4 million Ghanaians classified as poor and vulnerable, some of them in the heart of the capital, Accra, who have been impacted heavily by the coronavirus pandemic. They are asking the finance minister to provide some relief.
I could not continue about the school. That's why I ran away from home and I come to the streets. So right now I carry load before I get something to chop.
He's 30-year-old Amidu Fasenche. He traveled from the western regions of the capital Accra 3 years ago in search of greener pastures. But then reality hit him. The pastures in the capital is far from green. At night he sleeps on the streets and at day he's a head porter. He tells me he earns a meager 10 cedis a day, helping passengers carry their baggage. That is far from enough to serve one dinner. And to make matters worse, the coronavirus pandemic has taken a toll on his business.
When I was young, my mother sent me to school. I could not continue about the school. That's why I ran away from home and I come to the streets. So right now I carry load before I get something to chop. Some people pay me at 10 cedis, some also give me 5 cedis.
Amidu Fasenche is one of about 2.4 million Ghanaians, classified as extremely poor. He's supposed to benefit from the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program, introduced by government in 2008 to support the poor and vulnerable in the country. But this is far from the case.
There is no place for us to stay, but we are living in Sky Police Station. We got something called bunker in street, some place like Odona. The government come and destroy. They call themselves Abaye. They scattered all.
Agape Kwenu's report there. Let's head to the Ashanti region now. A second-year student of the Ejisu Secondary Technical School has been hospitalized after drinking liquid soap in what is believed to be attempted suicide on campus. This was after an assistant headmaster of the school locked him up with a colleague overnight in his office for stealing the school's electric stabilizer. Shouts by the colleague from inside the office attracted the attention of teachers and students who found the victim foaming from the mouth. Love FM's Erastus Asaridonko has been following the story and now reports.
According to school authorities, a taxi driver spotted the two students in the evening yesterday trying to scale over the school wall with a hidden item. He arrested and handed them over to the assistant headmaster, who retrieved the stolen stabilizer. Assistant Headmaster Kofi Apia told Love News he asked the students to strip naked to their underwear and lock them up in his office until the next day.
They were not trying to tell me the truth. And it was late in the night. School management, the student teachers weren't around. Headmaster too wasn't around. And I didn't want to take any decision outside them. So I decided to keep them in my office so that the following morning, that is today, when the head comes and then the other management members also come, then we sit on the issue and then we trash it out. Unfortunately, there was this liquid soap there that they used to clean the office. I don't know what happened, and then one of the students took it. So right now, the other guy, they have taken the other guy to the police, and this one too is at the hospital.
Is it true they were stripped to their boxer?
Oh, yeah. And I just, they were wearing some white shirts, and then I said they should take the white shirt off. And they were wearing the boxer all right. But you see, the police, I can take you there, is very nice police. The fan was there, the light was there, everything was there. Everything clean.
So were they locked inside the office for the whole night?
My own office, yes. I locked them in my own office.
His colleague in the morning shouted for help to draw the attention of other teachers on campus, who rushed him to the Ejisu Government Hospital.
Erastus Asaridonko's report. The Christian Council has objected to NDC's call on its members to defend themselves at registration centers if they are attacked. It believes such calls are a recipe for anarchy and chaos. NDC's National Communications Officer Sami Jemfi urged party supporters to resist any attempt by NPP members to attack or intimidate them during the ongoing registration exercise.
Comrades, do not sit aloof and allow these cowards and criminals to beat you, maim you, and even kill you.
But General Secretary of the Christian Council, Dr. Seo Fayusi, disagrees with this.
If we take that step, then what is going to happen is that there will be anarchy. We will all go around carrying our pistols and our shotguns, and that is not the right thing to do. We believe that institutions in this country that have been created, established to take care of such situations at this time. Brothers on the other side, the opposition, should exercise some patience.
General Secretary of the Christian Council, Dr. Cyril Fayusi. Today's Arrive Alive message is from a son of one of the 3 urologists who died in an accident in 2005. Ian Corti says the spaces between cars on the road are not motorcycle